All right, Christopher MG, principal of the Success School. Today I'm here with Sarah Cote from Ivy Tech Biotechnology Program. She's going to tell us a little bit about that and what that includes. Sarah?
Excellent. Well, thank you. My name is Sarah Cote, and I am here at Ivy Tech. I am the Dean of the School of Advanced Manufacturing, Engineering, and Applied Sciences, as well as the School of Public Affairs and Social Services. And I do want to tell you a little bit about the Biotech program, but if it's all right, I'd like to tell about more than just biotech.
Sarah, anything you want to do today?
Excellent. Thank you.
It's your stage.
All right. So in that big, long title of schools that I'm in charge of, I want to tell you about some of the programs we do have in those schools that you might be interested in. So one of the programs that we have is called Design Technology. So if you look around you, you're probably in a classroom, you've got desks and chairs and bookshelves and all that kind of thing. Every one of those things that you can see around you, someone designed. Someone took into account what the use was, how it was going to be used, who's using it, and made plans for that particular item. That's design technology. So you get to think about what a need is, design a solution. We have our CAD programs on the computer, so you can make all sorts of really neat 3D drawings of it, print out prototypes on our 3D printers, and go through that whole design process. One really neat thing about design technology these days is it is crossing over with our biotech in that not our 3D printers, but there are 3D printers that will print human cells. So instead of using plastics to build things, we actually can build using human cells. So think about where we can go with that, building whole organs for people into the future. So it's a really great opportunity, a real cutting edge field. And that does lead us to our biotech program. So we do have certificates and degrees in design technology, also in biotech, where you can prepare to work at a place like Catalent or Baxter that we've heard from, Cook Medical, Boston Scientific, and there's others in our area as well. And so really looking at using living organisms to produce a pharmaceutical or to help us when we're producing a medical device. And so you can learn about that whole process, learn about the regulations, and really get your foot in the door in one of these companies. The majority of our students are hired before they even finish the degree. And you heard Britt tell you earlier that we do have that certificate that is covered as part of the next level jobs. So that's available for free. A lot of our students are hired before they finish that certificate. They go to work at the companies and the companies have tuition reimbursement. So they can come back and get the full degree. You can get a full associate's degree completely for free, paid for by next level jobs and by work. So that's a really great opportunity. A lot of our other programs, STEM-based programs, also have certificates that are covered in that next level jobs. Britt mentioned our HVAC program for furnaces, air conditioners, all those sorts of things. Those are next level jobs, so for free. We also have those industrial programs where you can become an electrician, you can work on the mechanical machines in a lot of these industries, our automotive program that she mentioned. But when you're thinking about the machinery in industry, you're thinking about manufacturing something. A lot of those manufacturing processes these days are becoming very automated. So it's very different from what manufacturing used to be. So you're dealing with robots, you're dealing with programming robots, all sorts of things related to that. We do have a program that will help you get into that field. That's our Advanced Automation and Robotic Technology program. It does have a certificate, that's that mechatronics certificate that is free, part of next level jobs. It feeds into a more advanced certificate and then to the full degree. But you learn all about the robots, how to program them, how to make them work, how to troubleshoot them, and deal with those. So we have a whole lab with these big robots that you get to work with. So that's kind of a neat program as well. So those are some of the programs that we offer related to STEM.
Now we're talking about the STEM, and that the one with the human cells just blows my mind. I knew
Yes.
nothing of this. I'm not a scientist, but I enjoy lab coats. My question is, what sort of study, what sort of areas would students need to sort of hone their skills before they go into Ivy Tech?
Mhm. So it really, again, depends on which of those programs you're interested in. So if you're interested in biotech, bio is in the name, right? So you want to make sure you take a biology class. There's some math through algebra in that program. Some of the design, you want to, we're working on computers and with computer software with the 3D CAD programs, the computer aided design programs. So having some computer experience would be good. Same for the robotics. You know, if you have some experience with working with programming and that sort of thing, would be useful.
And is there any, what would you say, some stumbling blocks you've seen with students in any of these areas that you know, that kind of stick out for you, that kind of give a little bit of a warning to our students at home today?
Sure. Well, one of the stumbling blocks for some of our programs that require kind of the algebra, sometimes that can be a little tricky for folks who don't feel as confident in math as maybe they could be. But the really nice thing is here at Ivy Tech, we have a lot of resources available for students outside of the classroom. So if you are taking a math class or any other class and you're running into, I'm just not ready for this, I'm not feeling confident with this, I don't understand this, we have a student success center where it's basically a tutoring center. So you can go and you can get help with that. We have a lot of other resources as well. So sometimes we find our students have issues in terms of finances, right?
Mm-hmm, sure.
So maybe school is paid for with next level jobs, or we have grants or whatever, but the car breaks down, right? And how do you get to school? Or some of our students who are older have children, and you know we need childcare, that sort of thing. So Ivy Tech does have an Ivy Cares program where we can help with those sorts of things as well. So that's another great resource for our students and our Ivy Tech families.
So a lot of resources to guide them to succeed.
Exactly.
And is there anything, any stories of any student success that particularly sticks out in your time here as dean?
So I've been at Ivy Tech for 19 years, so I have a few of them.
Yeah, I
over the
would think.
Oh, yes. So I've had students in the past who, one in particular comes to mind, and it's been since about 2007. So it wasn't next level jobs, but it was a previous kind of edition of that, where we had certificates that were free in biotech. So this student had really wanted to work at Cook Medical. And so she had put in a number of applications over the years and not even been called in for an interview. And she was really disappointed about that. So she came and she learned about our program and came and was working on the free certificate. She was able to go to a job fair where Cook was at that time, and she put in her application. And I won't say her name for privacy, but she had a name that would stand out. You know, you'd remember it if you'd heard it before. And the lady from Cook, the HR representative, said, "I feel like I know your name." And the student said, "Yes, well, I've applied in the past because I'd really like to work for Cook, but I haven't gotten an interview. But I'm taking this certificate program at Ivy Tech to get better because I really want to work for Cook." She had an interview the next day and was hired by the end of the week. So it's it can really be a great pipeline. We have good connections with our industry partners.
So I always like to ask this, Sarah, let's get a little bit about you, your role at Ivy Tech over the years, your background, a little bit, how you got here today.
Sure. So my background, I actually have an undergraduate degree from Ohio State in environmental science. Sorry, I know we're in IU territory, but I'm from Cincinnati, so that was home for me. And then I went down to Virginia Tech, and I have a degree, a master's degree in environmental science was undergrad. I've lost my degree. Aquatic Entomology, that's what it was.
I would forget that as well, Sarah.
It's been a while.
That's a mouthful.
So aquatic entomology is water bugs. You can tell the condition of streams and rivers based on what is living in them. And so that was my focus. When I moved here to Indiana, I realized that aquatic entomology jobs are few and far between. It wasn't the most realistic choice for me. So I looked for where could I work with a biology background. And one of the things I applied for was to teach here at Ivy Tech. So I was hired here to teach biology. I was an adjunct, so I was paid by the class. Kept at it. About 4.5 years later, I was switched to full-time, still with biology and biotech. The biotech program started during that time and was growing. And then we started an actual biology degree about 5 years ago, and I switched to being responsible for that degree, and then this summer switched over to being the dean.
Sarah, last question. Your
Sure.
favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of my job is interacting with students and helping students make the connections that they need to be able to be successful and get them to where they want to go.
Sarah, thank you very much for your time today. Very informative, a lot of great opportunities at Ivy Tech. This is Christopher, Principal of Success School. We're going to take a 10-minute break and we'll be back right after that.
Thank you.